considered an adjective construction paper. Okay. So we're going to say that rough is describing the entire noun construction paper. Number 4, I've got heavy, which modifies rains, caused great, modifying mudslides, down the rocky Appalachian hills. So we've got 2 words describing hills. Notice I didn't put rocky describing Appalachian. Okay? They're both describing the hills. So what I would like you to do now, go ahead and do sentences 5 through 9 on your own and underline any proper adjectives, circle any common adjectives, and draw an arrow to what they modify. Then unpause it and we'll check your answers again. I erase this. Try this. Oh. There we go. So much better. Yay! My husband helped me be able to do that so I don't have to leave the camera every time. All right. So he had a mouse I could use. Let's check your answers. Hopefully you found Sandy. She's not a person in this case. Soil and good foundation. Okay. Sentence 6, you should have loud crash. Was heard when the huge crystal, again, punch bowl is one thing. So I'm not going to say that punch is the adjective here. Okay, hit the floor. We don't want to do the adjectives and or the articles. All right, Paul wrote 2. Remember, the number that tells how much or how many, that is an adjective. So I hope you did not leave that out. 2 and long, both describing epistles. To the Corinthian, there's a proper adjective modifying church. Okay. This, that tells which one, so that is an adjective. This and old, both modifying addition. Did you catch that one? I hope you did. Of Gulliver's Travels contains many. Again, which one, what kind, how many? We need that one. And then interesting. Both of them should be describing pictures. And then the last one, the Shakespearean play, there's a proper adjective modifying play, was presented at a nearby university. So I hope you found all of those. And remember, as we go through these, if you have anything wrong, change it, correct it, so you have it the right way in your book from this point on. All right, moving on to Think B. I'm going to drag this up here. Oh, so pretty. There we go. Get those marks off the screen. Think B. We have new directions. I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to use red for a little bit. All right, underline each predicate adjective. So remember, we learned predicate nominatives follow what type of verb? Hopefully you remembered linking. And then predicate adjectives do the same thing, and it modifies that subject. Okay? So we're going to underline each predicate adjective. We're going to circle all the adjective phrases and draw an arrow to the word that each one modifies. So if we're looking at, for example, number 1, this carton of milk tastes sour. Well, here's your linking verb. Taste, in this case, because the milk is not physically tasting something, we're describing it. So our predicate adjective that follows that linking verb is going to be sour. Okay? This is our predicate adjective. It's describing or modifying that subject. Number 2, we're going to circle the adjective phrase, if there is one, and draw an arrow to the word. Well, look for prepositional phrases. Those are often adjective phrases. That's how they're functioning. And it's describing or modifying what kind of carton. So we've got a predicate adjective, modifying carton. Okay. And we've got a phrase of milk, modifying carton. Number 2, the pain in my arms is, here's our linking verb, intense. That predicate adjective we need to underline. It just helps, even though it doesn't say, to label that linking verb. For me, I like to do that because I know I'm looking for something following that linking verb, and that's where my eyes need to go. We do have an adjective phrase, in my arm, and that is also modifying our subject, pain. One more together. The President of the United States should be, I have a helping verb with a linking verb, a man of conviction. Well, here is, actually, it is a phrase. I'm not going to underline it. It's not a predicate adjective because we have a predicate nominative. Of conviction is describing our predicate nominative, man. So we have a linking verb, but we don't have a predicate adjective. It's not saying should be nice or should be honest, right? It's saying should be a man, so that's a predicate nominative. But we do have a phrase that's describing it, and we also have an adjective phrase here, modifying president. Do 4 and 5, and then let's come back and check. So just pause real quickly. I'm going to go right to it. All right, hopefully you recognized this is a linking verb, and we do have a predicate adjective, helpful. Your adjective phrase here is a compound adjective phrase of encouragement and praise, and those modified words. So I hope you caught that whole thing. Again, change anything, correct it if you didn't have it right the first time. The mayor of our city was happy. There's our linking verb. He was happy to hear the results of the election. Okay. Mayor of our city is describing or modifying mayor, which one? Okay. And same thing here, we have an adjective phrase of the election telling which results. They're modifying which one. Okay. So these are predicate adjectives, and then phrases, especially prepositional phrases that are used as adjective phrases to modify nouns. Okay. All right, moving on to think B. I want you to do this on your own. If I can scroll up here. Oh, we just did think B. Think C. There we go. It would help if I followed that. Okay. The following sentences contain adjective errors. There we go. Cross out any incorrect adjectives. Write the correct adjectives above them. So this is where if we're looking for positive, comparative, superlative, they did that wrong. Or circle misplaced modifiers and put the carets where they should be. All right, so if you're looking at sentence 1, the park ranger has spotted the bear with a red mustache. I'll read it up here too. Okay. Interesting, because that would be highly entertaining. Picking wants to do that. There we go. Obviously, it would have to go here. The park ranger with a red mustache, that's what the caret is showing, has spotted the bear. So rather than doing the arrows like we did before, they want it done this way to keep it from being too messed up with all of our marks. All right, these apples are more redder than them apples. Hopefully this is one of the first things that stands out to you. And of course, we cannot use I guess I could do a little squiggly tail. These apples are redder than those apples. Much better. Okay. Go ahead and fix sentence 3 through 5. Just pause and do that. All right, hopefully you unpaused and you're ready to go over the answers. Which of the 2 books did you like best? They give us a number here, 2. We cannot use best because that would be superlative for 3 or more. When we are using comparative, it is actually correct to ask, which of the 2 books did you like better? Number 4, I gave some cookies to my friends with raisins in them. Your friends might have raisins in them. I hate raisins. But it would make more sense, obviously, within this sentence, to put, I gave some cookies with raisins in them to my friends. And then number 5, we saw the most fastest airplane in the world at the Air Force Base. Well, it would be interesting to see the world at the Air Force Base. That is one large Air Force Base. So, all right, we saw the most fastest airplane at the Air Force Base in the world. Oh gosh, that's not going to work either. Get that out. I would put that here. There we go. That would be better. At the Air Force Base, we saw, and then of course you can't have most fastest.